Signature art quilts can be a great way to preserve memories and to let people show their creativity and to offer their best wishes or their sentiments to whoever it is that you're trying to honor and recognize, or whatever situation it is that you're trying to remember. But what can we do to prepare all the materials and the items so that people can make their blocks? Stay tuned and I'll give you some ideas. Hi, I'm Julie Patterson of JCT Quilting, and I want to help you turn your memories into quilted treasures. In this video, I'm going to show you how I prepare the fabric for Signature Art Quilt so that people can make their blocks and they don't lose any of their work or their artwork or their writing when I put the blocks together. I'll also show you how I set it up so that I don't have to stand there the whole time while people are making their blocks, and I can go away and mingle and be a part of the party or whatever the event is. So let's get started. The first step is to determine the size of the Signature Art blocks. I decided I'm going to make heart blocks, and I need my Signature Art blocks to be 8.5 inches square. Now it's time to prepare the fabric. I like to use a plain white solid as the background for the Signature Art blocks, but of course you can use whatever fabric you want. I typically buy this fabric by yardage, so I start by cutting strips that are 8.5 inches wide by the width of fabric. When I get to the end of the fabric, I prepare the remnants to be used for scrap pieces. This means I will cut the fabric into smaller strips or smaller pieces, and then I will let the artists use these smaller pieces to test out the markers or to test a drawing or to test their writing before they work on the Signature Art block. With my strips cut and ready to go, I will now subcut those strips into 8.5 inch squares. I recommend making enough for the quilt plus some extras. It's always helpful to have extras on hand in case someone makes a mistake. In my experience, people aren't always sure how big 1/4 inch is. So to tell people to leave 1/4 inch on every side and to not include that 1/4 inch in their drawing doesn't always work. I have found it's more helpful to draw a line with an erasable pen to give them visual cues for where to do their signature or their drawing or whatever it is they're going to be doing. Since I have 8.5 inch blocks, I'm drawing an 8 inch square. They will have 8 inches of space to draw, to write a note, and to complete their Signature Art block. The Signature Art blocks are now ready for the artists or the guests to make their designs. When it comes to what pens or markers can be used, I like to offer a variety of options. These are just a few examples. I like to provide a variety of colors and a variety of tip sizes. Since these art blocks are for a wedding, my brother-in-law wrote a cute poem to tell guests what to do with the art blocks. And here's an example of how I would display everything for the guests to get their markers, see the instructions, and then decorate their Signature Art blocks. These blocks were prepared for a wedding that recently happened, so the quilt is not yet finished. So instead, I'm going to show you some other quilts with Signature Art blocks that I recently made. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you like what you saw.